Hi guys, it's Emily and I wanted to jump on and show you how to make a flourless blueberry muffin that is also dairy free. So I've got all my ingredients out. It's literally, you can either do it in a blender or a food processor, and it's only going to take a few minutes to put it all together, and then we'll put it into the oven to bake for 20 minutes. So first thing to do is to get a 12 muffin tin lined with these little either parchment liners, or you can just spray them if you want to, and then preheat your oven to 350. So I've got that ready to go. And now, mind you, how are we not going to use flour? Now, I've done paleo where they've used almond flour and all those specialty flours, and I just don't carry those on hand a lot. So I wanted to make a recipe and show you something that you can use with things that you have around every single day. So for these flourless muffins, what we're going to do is we've got a few ingredients. We've got 2 ripened bananas. I've also got almond milk, maple syrup, peanut butter. I use creamy, and then I've got oats here. And then of course the blueberries, and then I've got salt, baking soda, and baking powder. So those are the ingredients, plus vanilla extract here. So those are all of the ingredients. So what you're going to do first is put all the wet ingredients into the bottom of a food processor or your blender. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel these bananas, and they are very ripe. And I don't know about you, but our household, bananas don't stay long. Donnie can eat like 2 bananas a day, and then they just don't last. So a lot of times I don't have ripened bananas on hand, and so these are really soft, and they just add that natural sweetener that sometimes you need. Okay, there's that. I'm going to throw that behind here. Okay, so I've got the bananas, 2 bananas. I've got a 1/4 cup of unsweetened almond milk in the bottom. And the reason why you want the wet ingredients on the bottom is so that it will blend and not get all stuck together. Now I've got a 1/2 cup of all natural maple syrup. You could do honey, you could also do agave, but again, I've got maple syrup on hand, so I'm going to go ahead and put the 1/2 cup of maple syrup right on top. Then I've got 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Again, simple. Now I've got the peanut butter, again a 1/2 cup. And you could do almond butter or cashew butter if you're allergic to peanuts. But again, I used to get almond butter, but it's pretty expensive, so I'm trying to just be a little more economical, and I love peanut butter, so it makes it super simple. So there's like the added protein that you can do with the peanut butter. And then now you've got the dry ingredients here. So I've got 2 cups and a 1/4 cup of rolled oats. So you could do gluten-free oats and do it that way. And then you just sprinkle these on top. And then, of course, the salt, baking soda, and baking powder. So I've got a 1/4 teaspoon of the salt. I've got a 1/2 teaspoon of the baking soda, and then a whole teaspoon of baking powder. So I'm just going to sprinkle on top. And you're going to reserve the 1/2 cup of blueberries to the end because you want them to be whole. Hi there! And so literally I've got the wet ingredients, then the dry ingredients, and then I've got the food processor here. So it's going to get noisy for just a second, and you want to blend it until it creates almost like a dough or a paste. That simple. And so literally I've got everything in here. I'm just going to scrape down the sides, and there's a few oats left over that aren't completely incorporated all the way, but I like the oats personally. And so literally I'm going to disconnect this. I'm going to take out the centerpiece just so I don't cut myself with the blade and set this aside. Perfect. Okay. tastes really good. So the last thing you're going to do is you're going to stir in the half cup of blueberries. Just like that. So I've got the muffin tin lined and ready to go. And then it makes 12 muffins. Perfect. Okay. And what you're going to do is, again, I've got my ice cream scoop here, and I'm just going to scoop and put that there. So I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven for 20 minutes until they're kind of light golden brown. And these are my flourless blueberry muffins that have protein and they're dairy free. Now they're not vegan, or they could be vegan technically if you wanted to continue and leave out the honey. Or excuse me, yes, if you use honey they're not vegan. But I hope you found that helpful, and we will talk to you soon. Oops.